Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Were the words that Fanny Lou Hamer said.
All right.
And them white folks wanted her dead. She marched the streets in that Mississippi heat, and them white folks put her in jail, and there she got beat. All she wanted was for black folks to vote and have equal rights. There should be no reason to try to take someone's life. Fanny Lou Hamer put up a good fight. Not with her fist or a weapon. She went to the government to take up her plight. Despite being mistreated, Fanny Lou Hamer never retreated. I have a dream.
All right.
Were the words that Martin Luther King Jr. said, and them white folks wanted him dead. He fought for black people's civil rights, morning, noon, evening, and night. Martin Luther King was a peaceful man. He just wanted them white folks to understand that it was time for black people to take a stand. But them white folks didn't understand. Instead, they sent out the Ku Klux Klan. Martin Luther King didn't make it to the promised land.
Amen.
What them white folks did to MLK was a sin, and just think about it. It was all because of the color of his skin.
Amen.
Southern trees bear strange fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Blood on the leaves and at the roots. Were the words Billie Holiday said, and then white folks wanted her dead.
All right.
The government tried to stop her from singing that song many times, citing that singing that song was a crime. Billie sang that song from her heart, and for that, the government tore her reputation apart. Billie continued to sing the song anyway, and yes, there was a price she had to pay. Billie Holiday paid with her life. She felt it was worth the sacrifice in order to put an end to racial strife. By any means necessary. Were the words that Malcolm X said. And then white folks wanted him dead. They did not care who they used to fulfill their diabolical plans. They just wanted Malcolm X from off this white man's land. And they used his own words against him. By any means necessary. But it's okay, because Malcolm X is still legendary. In a racist society, it's not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti-racist. Were the words that Angela Davis said. And then white folks wanted her dead. Angela Davis was a political activist, but then white folks viewed her as a radical antagonist. They didn't want her preaching to black folks about liberation, so they tried to find ways to set her up for incarceration. And mind you, them white folks' plan did not fail. Angela Davis did go to jail. But what them white folks didn't understand is that God already had a plan for Angela Davis to be set free, to continue to preach her message about liberation and transform the minds of black folks like you and me.
Amen.
He whistled at me. What the words that white woman said. And white folks wanted Emmett Till dead. He was just a 14-year-old boy. His mother described him as sweet, kind, and full of joy. It didn't matter to them white folks that he was just a child. They viewed him as an animal out in the wild. Emmett Till's mother took him back home in a coffin dead. His body was tortured, bruised, and badly beaten with a bullet hole in his head. Just because them white folks wanted him dead. We shall overcome someday. Were the words black folks said. And them white folks wanted them dead.
All right.
They sang those words as they marched side by side, protesting for their civil rights, which was often denied. No matter how hard black folks tried, no matter how many tears they cried, them white folks tried to hold on to racial divide.
Right.
Don't remove the kinks from your hair, remove them from your brain. One of the words Marcus Garvey said. Them white folks wanted him dead. Marcus Garvey wanted black folks to be proud of their African features. Amen. All right. And not allow them white folks to have you thinking that you look like creatures. He wanted black folks to know that being black is an honor. and that they should view their black skin as if it is their armor. Although black skin has been disrespected, that does not give black folks the right to reject it. Don't alter your looks to look like them white folks. Instead, pick up a book and read about black history and get woke. Marcus Garvey wanted to educate black folks' minds because he knew it was only a matter of time that them white folks would have black folks turning against each other, creating a division among black sisters and brothers.
All right, all right.
Our grandfathers had to run. My generation is out of breath. We ain't gonna run it no more.
All right.
Were the words Stokely Carmichael said. And them white folks running him dead. Stokely Carmichael helped to launch Black Revolutionary. He wanted black folks to know that they were not secondary. He was for black power. His speeches were meant to empower black folks to be proud of who they are and not view their blackness as if it was a scar. He challenged a philosophy of nonviolence. He didn't want black folks to walk around in silence. He wanted black folks to be aware that no other race can compare to the beauty of black culture. That's why other races are like vultures,
All right.
stealing and imitating our black culture.
That's right. That's right.
Stokely Carmichael educated black folks about how to own their blackness and not bow down to European whiteness.
All right.
Throughout history, all black folks wanted for them white folks to listen to what they had to say. But them white folks were set in their mean and hateful ways. They didn't want to hear about racial equality and all that. So them white folks went home and got their pistols and baseball bats. They told them black folks to stop all that protest and go home and get from off these streets. Because if they did not, they would get killed and or beat. Many black folks were beaten and killed for the cause because them white folks didn't abide by any civil laws. They abided by the hate that was instilled in their hearts. And that same hate is prevalent today, trying to keep people of different races divided and apart. There were many black folks that them white folks did wrong. They thought that hate toward black folks would make them scared and weak, but instead it made black folks brave and strong. The fight for racial equality and justice is far from being over, let the truth be told. That's why black folks need to remain steadfast and bold. So, this Black History Month, honor the memories of those who have died by showing them white folks that your blackness is your pride. Do this by coming together as a majority to put an end to this unnecessary bigotry. Continue to put up a good fight for the ongoing battle of equality for black people's rights.